This evening on Glenn's Garage, we're going to talk a little bit about this Fitness Gear Pro Series half rack that I purchased over Thanksgiving, and the Fitness Gear Pro Series Universal Bench. So the bench normally sold for around $200, and I picked it up for $149 plus tax. And the half rack normally sells for, I believe, $479, and it was on sale for around 400. Some of the features of this rack are 1-inch holes. The actual dimension of the holes are slightly over 1 inch, but it has the safety bars on it that come in handy for me because I exercise by myself, and just in case I can't push out that last rep benching or whatever, it's there. I'm not going to worry about choking myself out. There's a crossbar at the top. This is a structural piece of the equipment. I've seen other videos out there where people are complaining about the stability of the rack, and they did not have that crossbar in, either in the top section there or in this section where you can lower it and use it at whatever height is beneficial for you for doing dips or any other exercise that you can use it for. This, like I said, this is a structural piece. If you look at the rack, the way the rack's manufactured, there are no other cross pieces, only at the bottom. So this is not a bad thing. It simplifies the manufacturing process, and there's nothing in the section for the rear half of the rack where those cross pieces are for you to whack your head on if you're going to stand in the rear section of the rack as a spot for somebody. It's a requirement to have that in, because you think about it, there's no other means for it to support itself except for that piece at the bottom. So one of the other complaints I saw was that this bar, when you're doing pull-ups or dips on it, would rotate. Well, the one thing to notice, the person didn't have the pins in. So, this is designed to function as a system. It's engineered. So if you look at the way that's designed, that pin goes through both pieces and does not allow this to rotate. I mean, it moves some, but without that in there, this will lift in the rear, and that pin prevents it from lifting, and it makes a substantial difference using it as it's designed and engineered to use. One other thing is the weight storage in the rear. This is great for me. I have this set up in like a 10 by 12 room roughly, and storage is key. So obviously the center of gravity on anything is more stable as the lower to the ground it is. So the higher you move the weight in the rear, the more mechanical advantage it's going to have, especially if you're bumping into the rack with that weight up high. It's going to allow the rack to move a little bit more. So you always want to store the weights towards the bottom section of it. So just a few things that I noticed about it, and when I was doing research, I didn't really find many other videos that went through the assembly process and how it's designed to be used. And the ones that I did, it wasn't assembled correctly, and there were complaints about stability. This thing is absolutely rock solid and does not move anywhere if you're using it the way it was designed to be used. This bench is awesome. I really like the bench. I wasn't sure about how the stability would be with the design of this arc system for either decline or incline. It's 3/8 plate steel, 3/8 plate steel strong, and it does not move at all. I'm surprised. There's only that almost on one side. I thought maybe it would cock some, but that's 3-inch. The base of this is 3-inch tube. This is the same size tubing as the half rack itself, which is impressive. And they also use 1/4-inch plate steel for this mounting assembly here. And I'm sure that's the reason why it doesn't move. It's 1/4-inch plate steel. 1/4 inches. That's overkill for this. Which, I mean, that's overkill's what you want. So the only thing that I wish, sorry about that finger there. The only thing that I wish it had was an ability to connect up here to put a leg attachment on it. I just been using the rack for squats and other leg exercises, so I don't really need that, but it would have been nice to have it. So I'm also looking into an efficient setup for adding a cable pull down system for tricep exercises, and possibly a lower pulley as well for doing rows. I didn't see anything specifically manufactured for this. A bunch of universal kits. So if anybody has any ideas or has done it on this Pro Series half rack, please post up in the comments. I'd really appreciate it. So hopefully this will help somebody. As always, have fun, stay safe.